Even though my company is growing, feels like I'm much successful. Some of the decisions still scary, but I tell myself, look, if I didn't try 5 years ago, if I didn't take risks, I would still be sitting home and thinking, what should I do? Should I start? Should I not? I took risks. The first year was a failure. But you know what? Every day I was learning from yesterday.
If you don't feel like you have a good life, if you feel like your life story is just not where you want it to be, maybe you are an immigrant and you have been in the United States and you are in cultural shock. You don't know which way to go. You don't know if you want to stay in this country. You don't know if you want to move from this country. I have a very special interview with you with a woman that is a first-generation immigrant. Mesky has built a $1 million company. She's owned it. She's the CEO for 5 years now, and she is the absolute queen of building your own life story. Here with Mesky, my beloved friend. She is the CEO and the owner of Sunshine Medical Transport, and she is sunny. I can just say, I don't know how she came up with the name for her company. She is from Ethiopia. She's a first generation immigrant like myself. She has 2 children. And this is the story that all of you need to hear because she has risen from the ashes like a phoenix bird. And she's also my ray of sun and sunshine as a friend. She's the person that I can call anytime and say, I don't feel good. Today I have a headache. How are you doing? And she will always have something nice to say. She will always say, it's okay, dear. It's all going to be good. By the way, my dog agrees. Welcome to Elevate with Yoana. I love you.
Thank you. I love you more. Thank you so much. It goes back to you too, being a sunshine of just not for me, for everybody around you, and you know it.
I do my best. I really feel that as I discover myself with every single day, I fall deeper and deeper into that very comfort of being there for more women, listening, being aware of the struggles. And I'm very happy that I tapped into this side of me because, as you know, like you, I'm a businesswoman. I've been a businesswoman for 12 years in this country, also a CEO, also an owner. And it is not easy. It's not always easy. I mean, nothing is easy, right? It takes a lot of work, but it also takes a lot of dedication, a lot of passion, a lot of involvement and a vision and a mission and a goal that you're inspired by. So I want you to share with me your life story. I want you to share with me and go as vulnerable as you want and feel comfortable with. Who are you? How did you end up in America? And what's your story? How did you end up to be the owner of such a great company? And it's a pretty substantial company, and you've already won several awards, run a household, have a husband that's also in a super high position in a big company in the United States, have 2 boys, and I know you cook, you clean. You are such a multifaceted woman. How does that happen?
Before I go to my story, let me just point out about you. You are a multitasking woman. This thing, this coaching, being there as you were born with it. Before you even become a coach, you are naturally a coach. Your simple words inspire people. You look at life as simple as fun, makes everybody forget their problem and realize that life is fun. Life shouldn't be this stressful. I remember when the first day we ever meet and the net happened.
I do remember that day.
I felt like I was talking to my long lost friend. And the very second day you invite me to your house, we just had a shot of tequila. I was telling you all about my life, freely, openly, and happily. That's how much you make people feel comfortable. I always tell you that this is your call. This is, you are born with to help people, especially women struggling. Your everyday conversation is like a therapy. It's the same way as you say, I can call you if I feel something. I say, let me call my friend, let me call Yoana. I just want to some laugh. I just want to see life simple. Life's not supposed to be, this is struggle.
Yeah. And just for all of you watching, I have a major headache right now. Maybe I shouldn't be sharing this with you. I don't really take medicine. I told her, I said, Meski, my head is pounding. And she said, do you want to do this another time? I said, no, because you're so busy. I'm so busy next week. And then I'm going to be traveling to Europe. And there's always something in the weekends. And even though I have the headache, this is like therapy to me too.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what life is about, right? It's you're up, you're down. Sometimes it's not the best day that you have, but having that someone that you can connect with is very, very important. So
Yes.
thank you. I really can say that besides my sister, and of course I have other friends, good friends, right, that I've had since childhood that I could always go back to from Romania and connect with. I really feel comfortable to just call in and ask you anything. I know if I lost my career, my job, my everything, I could just call Meski and say, I'm going to come over to your house and I'm just
Anytime.
going to leave.
And we will open another company together.
The two of us always up to something. All
Yeah.
right.
You remember when I told you I was moving to Texas the last time we go to Spa? I said, come to Texas, let's open this, let's make it business. So we are.
So if you girls are watching and you're also entrepreneurial like me and Meski, just listen to this because we're both first generation immigrants. We both came here. I didn't have help from anyone, and we started from scratch. And we lost the business ourselves, and then we started another business. And we can open businesses like we're changing bras.
Yep.
It's just like, another
Just like that.
let's do this. And we're willing to work and we're willing to take the path, not only go to the destination, which is, whatever achievement you want to have. It could be a small little thing. So tell me, when did you come here? Of course, a short version of it. And how did you end up being the CEO, the owner of the company?
I came to America 2009 and I wasn't sure whether I will stay here or I will take a few years, university, college and go back. The plan was to stay in America for a few years and then go back and work back home in Ethiopia. And my husband was aboard with it. And I came 2009. I stayed. I was trying to get to school. I got pregnant, my firstborn, and I was blessed enough. I had a healthy baby. So I said, okay, let me take a year or two off to raise a boy, and then I'll continue with my education and career. A year and a half later, just God blessed me with another child unexpectedly. And I realized then, you know what? My plan is not what's happening. God's plan is happening in my life and I'm loving it. Motherhood was something I loved from the beginning until now. So I put my education and my career behind. I become a mom, 2 years apart, two boys, I stayed home. I decided America is a place where I want to raise my boys, and there's a good school, good future and everything. So I stayed for a few years. Before I know it, I was just raising two boys for 10 years. I stayed home mom. As you know me, I cook and clean, and my husband travels a lot. I am 24 hours dedicated my life to my family, my boys and everything. Now the boys growing, I realize, okay, they're growing, they're going to school. Let me go back to school or work. I didn't feel the need to go to university to start career. I see so many opportunities for career. I decided to join the medical field, which is medical transportation, with my best friend who is late now. Last year, unfortunately, she left us. She was my another strong lady, inspirational woman. We lost her for cancer just last year, September. So I started with her, And we created, both of us, she had hers, I have mine. We created from the scratch. The inspiration of medical transport comes from my dear friend, because they were already on that sort of business. I never had experience. I am a risk taker. I said, you know what? I have my friend backing me. I can take, experience from her, and we just started. We take off from there. Now that small business has been almost 5 years. My sunshine growing and growing. This year happens to be $1 million company, and it's every day getting successful, every day getting bigger and more successful. I'm so proud of it, proud of myself. And that's how I become CEO and founder and owner of Sunshine Medical Transport.
Nothing is impossible if God is there.
Nothing is impossible.
So from staying at home with the boys, with the husband that traveled, just started the company. And I know that you just hired an assistant not too long ago. So you worked on your own. You had some drivers, but you were everything, right, in the company for many, many years. You were
Yes.
waking up very early in the morning, taking the calls. Now, a lot of women are have this bug, right, of being an entrepreneur. They do have this calling, maybe, and maybe their moms, like you, maybe they're starting fresh or they want to start fresh, but they are afraid. What is it that you? What is? Do you have any ideas or anything that could put them at ease and help them start a business?
Yes. We, as you say, we come with no background. Nobody teach us finance. Nobody tell us what credit score is, and how to do business in general. Whatever we learn in our culture, our background is not the same as America. The one thing we all, not just immigrants, every woman should know is take risk. It's okay. Take risk. Not taking risk, you change nothing. You didn't try. Take risk. Worst case, you don't succeed. You gain experience. It will open a door for next business. Today's failure is a door to tomorrow's success.
Opportunities tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in America specifically, there are so many doors that could open for you. Keep pushing. The first thing you do is make up your mind you want to change your life. If you're still not sure, do you want to change your life? Then nothing will be successful. Make up your mind. Tell yourself, I am ready. I want to change my life. I can do this. It starts from our believing. We believe in ourselves. It's very, very overwhelming. Still now, even though my company is growing, feels like I'm much successful. Some of the decisions still scary. But I tell myself, look, if I didn't try 5 years ago, if I didn't take risk, I would still be sitting home and thinking, what should I do? Should I start? Should I not? I took risk. The first year was a failure. But you know what? Every day I was learning from yesterday. The very first day I started, it was chaos. I have literally no experience. I was a complete failure. I cried. And I said, I wake up, I said, okay, what did I do yesterday wrong? I will not do it today. From my failures, every single day, I learned not to do the same mistake. Before I know it, the full years, not as failure as before, but it's gradually getting better. So believe in yourself, start small, but take risk and start. Everything will go on its own path. Yeah, there is obstacles. So life is full of obstacles, but those obstacles are good, a stepping stone for your next road. No failure is bad thing. All failure at least will teach us something, not to repeat our mistakes, but, do a better choice. And yeah, everything continues from there.
And I want to add to this, even if you don't have the husband that works and brings income in, this recipe for starting something is very valid regardless of where you are in life, because you might have all these pre-existing blockages, right? Or ideas that say, well, we know, she did it, but she had a husband that brought money and she didn't really have anything to risk. Come on, I lost the company before I started my real estate company. We lost it all, and it can happen to everyone. Nothing in this life is 100% guaranteed. Her husband could have lost the job, or she could still lose her company. We don't know if I'm going to lose or maybe something happens, a big recession happens. Drivers don't want to work anymore. People are afraid. Again, a COVID. Things happen all the time that are not in our control. But what Mesky is saying here is very valid in every aspect in your life. No matter if you have someone supporting you financially or if you don't have someone supporting you. If you're a single mom, there are several women out there that I know with 4 children, 3 cats, 5 dogs that are running companies that are just failing every single day, crying every single day, waking up every single day, putting that makeup back on and moving along, right? Just like an athlete that wants to be in the Olympics. That is the same thing. So, how hard has it been for you to adjust to the American culture? And did you ever think about going back to Ethiopia?
Not anymore. I mean,
Not
I was
before.
pleasantly.
When did you stop considering that? How many years did you have to adjust?
Once I have my boys, as I plan to move back, I was only thinking I come for a few years, get a degree, maybe 4 years, 5 years, go to some university, get my degrees, and go back. Also serve my community. I learned something. I can work there. But once I have boys, it becomes all about them, not about me. This is their country. It's like taking them to my country is the same way bringing me from my country to a new country. And America is a land of opportunity. They have, I said, I'm not going to take boys to my country. That will be good for me, but I'm not sure how it will be for them. So let me raise them here. When I can have conversation with them, they're old enough to decide, I would love to go. I love my country. I love America. God, I always say, God bless America. This is a land of opportunity. But I love my culture. I love my family. I come from big family. I miss and love my family. But once I have a family, I said, I should stay. This is my boys' home. They have to grow up in their home. And we visit every year, we travel. So they still know their culture back home in Ethiopia, the language, the food they still like, but this is their home. So I decided maybe not now. They should stay here. And as they grow, I asked them if they want to move with me or not. They said they would rather stay here. I said, okay. I tell myself that I will retire in Ethiopia, but I will stay here working, raising my boys, taking care of my family. When the time comes, they no longer need me in everyday life. I can go and, retire there. I decided not to move when I have my 2 boys.
Did you see any families from Ethiopia or any women struggle and just not able to adjust? And what is it that you see or you think about that, and were they able in the meantime to change anything in their lives?
Yes, I do meet a very nice lady who was living really, really well back home. She have really, she come from a wealthy family, have very, very, living maid, the driver, she doesn't have to drive. She go to top school and life change upside down. She have to move to America. And it was very hard for her to adjust into this fast life that you have to depend on yourself. Not there is no living maid, there is no driver, you know. And she told me her story. She was actually trying to save money to buy a ticket and go back home to face whatever is there. For her, living back home was much better than living in America. She wasn't prepared for the life that you make decision every single day. You make your home, you cook and clean, take care of kids. It's a lot of pressure, especially for the woman that wants to work, wants to raise kids, not just raise your kids to be a good citizen, right? I told her, what about this? I have a company, work with me, save some money, see how it goes. If 2 years, 3 years you stuck, you're not happy, I can even partner with you to open another company with you. She's very well educated. She just was overwhelmed for the cultural shock that she thought she wasn't going to survive. So I calm her down, as I say, work with me for now. You're a single mom. I will give you, your work. All you have to do is just drive. You have driver license. So she's working every day. I made her also my friend. It's not just employee. I can call her, check on her. If her kids need her to go home, I can tell her, go home. I'll take care of it because she's the only person they have. Her husband didn't make it here. She's here with 2 kids. I told her, stay here, try to see if, life works. Going back and starting over with 2 kids is not easy either. She lost everything back home, right? So she stayed, has been 1 year now. Every day she's happier. She said, you know what? I'm still not 100% sure, but at least I'm liking. I have a friend, I have work, I can make money. Also, I have a future. If this didn't work, I can open once she's stable. So she's not struggling much, and she's still trying to adjust her life home here.
Did she come here for financial reasons? Did she lose?
For safety reason.
For safety reasons.
Yeah, she didn't have no financial issue. She was well off.
You said something about she lost everything, so I wasn't sure when did she lose everything.
A couple years ago, there was a civil war between in Ethiopia.
Got it.
That everybody knows about. So she was from the one of the city that was affected majorly. They lost their house, they lost their company, they lost everything. They just have to take their family and come. And her husband was a political prisoner. He's still in prison. So she have to escape for safety. She just left everything and it came for safety.
So many people don't understand and don't realize some of these immigrant stories and some of the things that people go through when they come here. Like you said, I had another guest on the show. She was a dentist in Russia, and she came here and she was married, and then she went back to visit. And when she came home, the husband waited for her in the airport and said, "Okay, we're gonna be divorced now. I don't want to be married with you anymore. Here's $200. Here's the car. Just go wherever you want to go. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I sold the house." So imagine the level of the stress and anxiety that put on her. And yeah, there are many, many women here that I see, and including myself, that we have a great life here and we're grateful for every day. But also we have, pretty good life back home. We actually didn't come for the money. We came for an experience, and I won the green card lottery, and it was kind of backwards for me because my status as an actress, my company, our company at that time was doing really well, and I came and I said, why not? We were married with Mihai. Let's just stay for a few years and see how it's gonna go. And then we just stayed. Like you said, the kids were born. So many things happened. We learned so many things. Nobody can teach you, and no books can teach you as much as living in a new country can teach you. And for the people that are here, they don't realize oftentimes just being able to wake up and just listen to the birds in the morning and able to go to the store and choose from 10,000 types of mm, Cheerios. And I don't know, like it was so overwhelming to me, seriously. Like, you go from buying a couple of pairs of jeans a year and some nice shoes and appreciate those little things to, oh, I can go to TJ Maxx and to Marshalls and whatever stores are out there. And there are so many things and everything on the floor. When you come from Romania, everything is so elegant and just so put together, right? And just so different. The women dress differently, the culture of the opera, of the theater, of everything that we have back home in Europe. And so you adjust and you feel like your whole destiny is kind of just, I mean, it's not kind of, it starts from scratch. You need to invent yourself. It's such an entrepreneurial journey. And I want to just say one more thing based on what you said of like picking yourself back up. Even if you are suffering, if you're watching this and you are in Mesky's situation or mine or her friends or, whoever, whatever your story is, I would strongly encourage you to give yourself a lot of credit, like your friend is doing now with that she's driving and she gave herself a chance. Don't put yourself down. Don't talk to yourself in a negative way. Um, I coach a lot on the power of the words, the power of our expression, the power of our thoughts, and it's so crazy to see crazy good, right? To see how from one day some of my clients that we start working till 3 months later they become a different person just because they give themselves some grace and they're just more calm, less stressed out about. There's no, the fear is not going to take them anywhere. uh, and so you have achieved this success as an immigrant from Ethiopia. What do you Is there anything that you, first of all, what is success to you? In my opinion, you're very successful, but I want to know, what does that mean to you?
Success is actually, success for me is having a happy and healthy family. When I see my kids, my just son graduated from 5th grade. He got the award specifically for having the best manner. And the teacher was pointed out that she say, every time I compliment him for his best behavior, he always tell me, you should thank my mom. She emailed me, she said, you are the best mom. Your son is the best son, but he always give you credit. That's success for me. I am a migrant. I left all my family. I didn't know what it was, motherhood. I didn't know, when we are back home, we call our moms, right?
Yeah.
When my sister gave birth, she called my mom, okay, what do I do? She complained, I can't sleep. So mom, here I was on my own. My husband travels. I was literally figuring out what it was, how to do motherhood. And we did that. Not only we do it greatly. Now, when I see my boys well-behaved, doing well at school, healthy, that makes me so happy. Every morning I wake up and say, I am successful already. I am successful in motherhood. I have happy family. I have a healthy family. They are well-behaved. That is way more than my success in my position as a CEO. Although I started this company from scratch and it's doing very well, my success is really, really, really to just have happy family, healthy kids, healthy family and, all over a good manner. That's success to me, motherhood.
Yeah. Yeah. I can definitely uh, say for a fact that your children are amazing. And not only they think that you're the best mom, but my daughter thinks that you're the best mom. She said, we're
I
going
love you, and I
when are we going to Mesquite in Texas? I said, we will be going very soon. Do you have anything that you would like to end this episode with? Anything, any words of encouragement or special quote or anything for all of the women that are watching?
My favorite quote is I think it was Oprah Winfrey. If you see what you have in life, you always find you have more than enough. If you see what you don't have in life, you always find you don't have enough. Life is how you see it, yeah. So if you see the positive, if you see whether it's business or family or whatever it is, look for what you have. Look for something that you're good at instead of bad at. See, what could be money, anything, and see the positive first. You will know immediately you're already on the good way. You're doing okay.
Absolutely. I have one, and it sounds like this: unlearning can be even more important than learning.
Yes.
So many times we think we know and life should be in a certain way, but whenever we go to a different country or we experience certain things, it's so great to be able to be open and to unlearn some of the things that might just hold us back, right? We think that they're great, but on the contrary, it could be that they're just holding us from being our best selves.
Yeah, I love that. I love it.
Thank you for being here. I'm to the moon excited that I am doing this. My head actually is not hurting that bad anymore. I am going to go and relax today. It's Saturday, 5 p.m. So I'm just going to go and take a beautiful bath into our pool. Maybe you're going to do the same. You're in Texas.
I'm going to do the same, yes.
Major there right now.
Yes.
Thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you.